reading To Kill a Mockingbird, which has a lot to do with racial equality and like the injustice that was going on. And so we looked at different cases that back then and now that just display that discrimination.
This particular unit is around inclusivity and exclusivity and that idea that what does it feel like when you're excluded? What does it feel like when you are included? But really putting it in some sense of context that they can be moved as a reader and begin to apply it as a human being.
And so what we were trying to do with the lesson was to create it in such a way that bound it towards our humanity and bound it towards human beings sort of understanding and dealing with difference, as opposed to thinking about it as being kind of related to good people or bad people.
This was a little more difficult for me because most people think as a black person you experience different types of racism and prejudice, but for me personally I haven't really experienced that as people would think. And so it was really hard for me to understand and relate since I've had very little experience or encounters in that type of situation.
I'm teaching them to be a reader and a writer and a speaker and a thinker, and with all of those pieces combined, there's empathy that needs to be wrapped around all of that, and sometimes that's difficult to teach.
Prior to this, the kids had a lot of questions about the world and trying to understand sort of the story of Mockingbird and how it related to kind of bigger themes, whether that's the vulnerability of being a police officer and going to work every day and being concerned for your life, or whether that's the vulnerability of being a black person in America and being concerned about interactions with police. Both of those are rooted in the very same emotion and the very same feeling, and really trying to help our students make sure that they can take a step back and be able to sort of generate perspectives a little bit differently from what they were seeing.
Even though we like to think that this inequality has been resolved, there's still a lot of lasting effects that are still here, and they're especially in the court system, the judicial system.
My students want to be heard, and they have been very willing, whether they are white, black, Asian, they want to be heard.